Hi, my name's Nikaya,
And my name's Gemma,
and today we will be discussing the very serious topic of childhood obesity. What is obesity? Obesity is a disease involving an excessive amount of body fat. It is a serious medical issue that can lead to other health problems such as heart disease and other types of cancers. It is when a person is taking in more calories than being burned, and the most common way of treating it is changing their lifestyle to eating healthy and exercising.
So obesity affects families in multiple ways, and here's a summary of a few of them. Obesity is a complex issue that takes a toll not only on the individual struggling with obesity or health problems, but also on one's family. Families are impacted by this health issue in various ways. One way is it involves adding stress to one's family, and in general, their overall quality of life. Sometimes there can be a lot of added pressure for families to worry about coming up with healthier recipes for their children, or ways in which they can demonstrate healthier eating habits to their children. This may be due to parents feeling intimidated with their child's health issue and feel as though it might be their fault, or also financial problems. The majority of families live paycheck to paycheck, so the idea of having to go buy healthier foods that may be more pricey than the more processed ones gets overwhelming for everyone. So here are some challenges a family can face around this health issue. In certain situations, some families may feel they do not have enough financial means to buy the best quality of food, like we already talked about. So this results into them having more consumption of processed and cheaper foods in the household. Weight and health issues can also be triggering to certain adults. So as a teacher, being sure to be thoughtful and aware of this before talking to parents or guardians on obesity health is critical. Another way is targeting adult role models in students' lives, and that's a great place to start to overcome health issues and influence students' attitudes about their body and nutrition. And as teachers, it is critical to speak on the importance of demonstrating healthy eating habits, and along with having those one-on-one conversations with families.
Implications of obesity within the classroom are that the students who are suffering from obesity are at a higher risk for getting different health problems that can be life-threatening. In addition to that, students who have obesity are actually linked to poor academic performance, and they come together because students who are obese sometimes have low self-esteem, and when they have low self-esteem, they're not going to care about their homework or their schoolwork. So when you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to produce quality work. In addition to that, students who do have obesity are subject to being ridiculed, bullied, rejected by their peers, and this can have a real toll on how they feel about themselves, how they feel about school, and it can actually cause psychological problems. So there are some signs to look for as a teacher if you're feeling your student is starting to have a decline in their academic performance, or if they may be subject to bullying. And some of the signs are, is that student interacting with the environment, their peers? Are they keeping to themselves? Do they have friends at recess? Are they sitting alone at lunch? Those kind of things are what you should be looking for. And also you should be looking at the type of emotions they're displaying. How are they acting? Do they seem like they're sad? Are they feeling depressed? Are they not really speaking? Like, is there a change in their emotions? And even though all these signs can be related to other things, most of them are connected to obesity. So there are many ways that teachers can help manage this problem within the classroom. First being finding ways to help the student feel good about themselves, constantly giving them verbal praise, giving them positive feedback, and this can actually really help their idea of themselves, their self-esteem, bring up how they're feeling in the classroom. Getting them engaged is really helpful, and in many ways, the positive reinforcement can replace the food as their personal gratification. Another way is trying to implement the health education, really enforce healthy eating, how it can be fun, different ways to exercise and have a good time and still be taking care of yourself, and also just get the kids moving in the classroom and even outside of the classroom. You can try a yoga unit, you can do a dancing unit, just having them play games at recess like soccer, baseball, football, anything to get them moving. As long as they're getting exercise and they're having a fun time, it's a good way to implement it. And some teacher challenges they might face are how to discuss the concern with the parents, finding ways to make healthy eating and exercise seem appealing to students, because it's kind of hard to get kids to want to be active and to want to be healthy. So just finding ways to incorporate into the classroom lessons. And then approaching bullying can be really tough for teachers, and talking to the classmates about, being kind to everyone, that everybody's going to look a little different, but we're all taking care of our bodies and we're all going to have a good time. So there are many resources that parents and teachers can use to further their education and understanding on obesity. One of them is actually a really helpful website from Harvard that shows you how to prevent obesity and how to deal with obesity once your child is suffering from it. And the whole website shows different recommendations on healthy eating, on different activities they can do to stay in shape, different recipes you guys can make for your kids, and just school meal programs, what they're serving, what they should be serving, different stuff like that. The next resource is called A Parent's Guide to Childhood Obesity, A Roadmap to Health by the American Academy of Pediatrics. It's a book that describes obesity, how it occurs, how to maintain a healthy weight, how to take care of yourself if you're suffering from obesity, and just different challenges that might come up that parents should know or teachers should know. The next resource is Understanding Childhood Obesity brochure, and it basically has some of the same information as the other two resources, but this one dives a little bit deeper into solutions to childhood obesity and different things you can do, such as different therapies, changing your diet, goes a little bit more into the body mass index information. It also talks about physical activity and behavior modification that you may want to consider if your child is going through this. The last resource is an informational video on obesity, and we're going to watch that quickly.
Chapter 2, The Burden of Obesity, an Overview. Currently, 1 in 3 children and adolescents is either obese or overweight. Obesity affects youth of all races, ethnicities, and income levels in all 50 states. Obesity has been labeled a childhood epidemic, and unfortunately, it leads to serious health problems. We are seeing more children and adolescents develop health problems that previously were seen primarily in adults, such as high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes and impaired glucose levels, high blood pressure, social problems and poor self-esteem, sleep disturbances and sleep apnea, and orthopedic problems. Children and adolescents who are obese have a 70 to 80% chance of becoming overweight or obese adults. Overweight and obese adults are at greater risk for heart disease, cancer, and stroke. These are leading causes of death among adults in the United States. A number of factors contribute to obesity, including lack of physical activity, sedentary lifestyle, unhealthy diet, and environmental factors. The good news is that these factors are controllable and reversible.
So here are some resources related to obesity that can be used with the children. The first website I'm going to show you is from the USDA Department of Agriculture, so it's a really reliable resource for parents to use with their children. They have a kids corner and all these links to great ways that parents can educate children more on how to be healthier. They have videos of farmer markets, My Plate Kids Place, nutrition activity sheets, all of these resources for parents to show children, and they even have games, coloring sheets, activity sheets, videos, so this is a great resource to look into. Next, I'm going to share with you all a healthy eating video and what it means to be healthy.
What do you think it means to be healthy? Lots of different things affect how healthy we are, including what we eat and how active we are. We know that all living things need food to stay alive. Have you ever wondered why this is? Can you think of a time you felt hungry? How did it make you feel? Perhaps your tummy rumbled. You felt tired or grumpy. Or maybe you found it hard to concentrate. Why do you think we feel this way when we're hungry? Well, just like a car needs fuel to make the engine work properly, our bodies need food to be able to work properly as well. Today we're going to investigate what it means to eat a balanced diet and why eating a range of different food is good for us. What is a balanced diet? Do you think it would be healthy to only ever eat chocolate? What about if you only ever ate carrots? It's very important that we eat a variety of foods, and we're going to find out why. Food contains something called nutrients. We'll be learning all about nutrients, such as proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals. Eating a healthy diet means that the food we eat gives our bodies all of the nutrients they need to work properly, as well as giving us lots of energy to learn, play, and grow, keeping us full of beans from morning till night.
So next, here's another reliable website for families to look into with their kids. It's from the CDC, so it's tips to help children maintain a healthy weight. And here they just give some suggestions and then also go into detail about how to develop healthy eating habits and limiting calorie-rich temptations, so just processed foods and how to stay away from those and go towards more healthy ones, along with tips on how children stay active, and some other tips that are great for parents to show their children. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned some great tips on how to be healthier and ways that you can overcome obesity. And I just want everyone to know that obesity is nothing to be ashamed about. There are so many people that have health issues, and it may seem overwhelming and scary at first, but I just want everyone to remember that obesity is something that affects a majority of people, and there's so many things that and resources and people that will help you overcome a health issue. And just like we learned, they're all factors that we can control. So just always remember that, and thanks. Have a great day, guys.